Dear students, today I will discuss the topic the contract of guarantee. Friends, contracts of guarantee is defined in section 126 of Indian Contract Act 1872. A contract of guarantee is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in case of his default. There are three parties to a contract of guarantee. Number one, surety. Number two, principal debtor. Number three, creditor. The person who gives the guarantee is called the surety. The person in respect of whose default the guarantee is given is called the principal debtor. And the person to whom the guarantee is given is called the creditor. There are two contracts in contract of guarantee. Number one, main contract. Number two, subsidiary contract. The main contract is between the creditor and the principal debtor, that the principal debtor will repay the loan. Subsidiary contract is between the creditor and the surety, in which the surety takes upon himself the responsibility of the principal debtor, that if the principal debtor doesn't repay the loan, the surety will repay the loan. Case Birkmeyer versus Darnell. In this case, the court said if two persons come to a shop and one buy and other two gives him credit, promises the seller, if he doesn't pay you, I will. This type of collateral undertaking to be liable for the default of another is called a contract of guarantee. Tyler versus Lee. In this case, the court held that there must be a conditional promise to be liable on the default of the principal debtor. A liability which is incurred independently of a default is not a contract of guarantee. If the surety had said, let me have the goods, I will be your pay master, or I will see you paid, this would have been an undertaking as for himself and is not a guarantee. Essential elements of guarantee. Following are the essential elements of guarantee. Number 1, parties. Number 2, principal debt. Number 3, consideration. Number 4, there should be no misrepresentation. Number 5, the contract may be written or oral. Number 1, parties. There are three parties of the contract of guarantee. Number 1, surety. Number 2, principal debtor. Number 3, creditor. I have already given their definition. Number 2, principal debt. The purpose of a guarantee being to secure a debt. The existence of a recoverable debt is necessary. It is of the essence of a guarantee that there should be someone liable as a principal debtor, and the surety undertakes to be liable on his default. If there is no principal debt, there can be no valid guarantee. Case Savan versus Bank of Scotland. In this case, the payment of the overdraft of a banker's customer was guaranteed by the defendant. The overdraft were contrary to a statute which not only imposed penalty upon the parties to such drafts but also made them void. The customer having defaulted, the surety was sued for the loss, but he was held not liable. But he was held not liable. When the debt of a minor has been guaranteed, courts versus Brown Lakey. In this case, the court held that the guarantor of a minor is not considered responsible for giving the loan. Kashiwa versus Sripat. In this case, Mumbai High Court held that if the surety gives the guarantee knowing that the loan given is void, the loan can be recovered by considering it was the principal debtor. Number third, consideration. A contract of guarantee can't be made without consideration. According to section 127 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, section 127, anything or any promise made for the benefit of the principal debtor can be sufficient consideration for the guarantee given by the surety. Thus, it is not necessary that there be any consideration between the surety and the principal debtor. Such consideration can also exist between the creditor and the principal debtor. Example, A requests B to sell and lend goods. A agrees to do so. C guaranteed to pay the price of the goods. A's promise to lend the goods will be sufficient consideration for C. Number 4, there should be no misrepresentation. According to section 142 of Indian Contract Act 1872, if any guarantee has been obtained by making a misrepresentation, it is invalid. According to section 143, any guarantee is invalid if it has been obtained by fraud by the creditor. It is the duty of the creditor to disclose to the surety all the facts which affect him. If the creditor doesn't do so, the contract will be voidable at the option of the surety. London General Omnibus versus Holloway. In this case, the defendant guaranteed the servant's employment. The master had already eliminated servant once due to dishonesty. The master didn't tell this to surety. The servant was dishonest. Surety was not responsible. Number 5, the contract may be written or oral. According to section 126 in Indian Contract Act 1872, contract of guarantee may be written or oral. But in English law, a contract of guarantee must be in writing and signed. I am sure you have understood this topic. Thanks.